But we had just about every living Maryland basketball player there, and at the end of the game, they all lined up there was enough people who went from one end to the other end, basket to basket, and they all passed the ball to each other like a continuation as we were going to move into Comcast, and then 3 weeks later we won a national championship.
Nice. Have applause. Miss Marner, you got a question? Step right on up.
My question is for Steve. If and when Ray Lewis decides to retire, will we have a place in our organization for him? Because he's been a real backbone for us.
That's a great question. I've been asked that a few times, and all I can tell you is that I think Ray Lewis transcends a position in our organization. If he ever needs it, he's got it. But I don't think he'll ever need it. I think that Ray is on to bigger and better things, and I think that his heart is such that he would rather move people, and he can make his money in speaking engagements and endorsements, but his heart is bigger than his will, and I really believe that he's going to be somebody that you're going to be more proud of being in the world than being in our organization 20 years from now. How's that?
Well said. Well said.
Steve, you talk about the organization and the organization of the Ravens, and I look back to when Brian Billick was the head coach, and there were up and downs, peaks and valleys with that team, and I think when we were down at the Green Turtle one year, you said you don't want to have windows, you want to keep them open all the time. What's happened since Brian Billick left and John Harbaugh has come on board that window has stayed open? You've been in the playoffs 4 years. You're working on 5 years in a row. Is this an organizational thing? Is this a personnel thing? What is it within the organization that allows you to keep that window open right now?
Joe Flacco. And I say that, Tony, because I've watched this league. As you guys know, I bought 49% of the team, so I had 4 years to be an idiot and not be called an idiot, And then Kyle didn't work out, and then we went through Anthony Wright, and we went through a million different guys, and Elvis Gerback, and you've seen what we did. If you have a quarterback, you can play in this league. You can turn over your roster like the Colts did. And the Colts, it's like, I'm sorry, they won 1 Super Bowl, and that's all. I'm trying to deliver you 1 in a decade. You'd like to be a dominant team. I can't promise you anything, but have a good quarterback and you can live with the demise of Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and then Suggs, and then over and over again. So it still comes back to a quarterback. In that draft, I showed about the most emotion that I've ever showed in my years as an owner about going and getting Matt Flynn because he was rated highest on our board. Right. And I said, I don't care if you, excuse me, Matt Ryan. I don't care if you trade the whole draft. I'm tired of not having a quarterback that can keep us in the games. And it turned out that they convinced me that instead of trading up and giving a whole draft for Ryan, that you could trade back and get Flacco, and they believed there wasn't much difference. Well, they were right. Yeah. They were right.
I know I'd say there is a difference. Flacco's done a lot better, especially in the playoffs. And Matt Ryan's a good quarterback, but Flacco's accomplished more.
Flacco had a better team.
Yeah.
Flacco had a better organization. He has a better owner.
Sorry, Arthur.
Doesn't he? He has a better owner. Come on.
And my Home Depot stock's in the tank anyway. So.
I thought I was thinking that. I obviously said it. No. It really comes down to I challenged them and said, give the whole draft up for the best quarterback in the draft because I don't want to be an owner with a team that doesn't have a quarterback that can win. And I don't want to talk about number 2. I want to talk about number 1. And it would have cost us the entire draft to go get Matt Ryan. And we ended up with a pair of 3s and a 4 with Flacco at 18 and gave up a 3 to go back and get Flacco from 26 to 18. Mm-hmm. So it turned out that we ended up with Flacco and an extra 3rd and an extra 4th. I challenged them, but then I let them do their job, and they convinced me that this was the right way to go.